Now, is this on? Yes. Okay. Year 5, where are you? I need your help. I don't know what I'm doing. All I know is that I need to film some videos with some learning so you can do them at home. Easy, right? Not for me. I've really struggled with this year 5. I've had to learn all sorts of new things, which is great. We're always learning. But I wish you guys were here. I bet you could do this in seconds. Anyway, let's go. Year 5. So, welcome to our new topic for this term, which is crime and punishment. I know, we could go right back into history and find out what people did and what was considered a crime and against the law and how were they punished. Some pretty gruesome ways, I think. I'd also quite like to know what all of you would like to learn about. What questions do you have about crime and punishment, maybe throughout a period of history, for example? Drop us an email with some of the things that you'd like to investigate further. Okay, so this week we're going to start off by actually gaining a proper understanding about really what is crime. So we're going to start by learning about some rules, what rules are, how that translates into the rule of law and what that means for us, and also our own rights as a human being. So to start us off, why don't we have a game of Uno? So I love a game of Uno, as some of you well know, and I wonder who would like to have a game with me now. I know I will win. I'll tell you why. Because we're going to have a game with no rules. How do you think it will go? I'll tell you how it will go. You get all the cards, I will have none, and I win. Easy. Great game? Nah, not so much. Actually, some things are better with rules. But is everything? I wonder, what do you think it would be like if there were no rules? Have a little think. Okay, well, I bet I can guess your first answer. Yay, no rules, we can do whatever we want and however we want to do it. But is that always such a good thing? And why are the rules there in the first place? Well, before we go that deep, let's have a little bit of a think. We are surrounded by rules. You might even feel like there are rules everywhere. So, here's your first task. Okay, I would like you to make a mind map. Now you can do this however you like. You could do it on the computer. You could do it with felt tip pens on a piece of plain paper. It's entirely your decision. On your mind map, the first thing I would like you to do is to think of all the different places. Okay, so if you can name at least 5 different places where you might find rules. Okay, record those around your mind map, rather like this one. How many different places did you find? I bet you got school on there. And did you get home? What about clubs? Train stations? Did you get the road? Some very important rules to do with crossing the road. What about rules in shops? Now, sometimes these rules are not written up for everyone to see. Sometimes they're more of a general kind of expectation of how to behave. Is it okay to walk into a shop, pick an apple, and walk back out again without paying? I think you all would never consider doing something like that. As you know, that would not only be a rule that's broken, but also that would be considered stealing, which would be against the law. Anyway, what I would like you now to do around your mind map is to build it further. So I would like you to list some of those rules in some of those places. Okay, so for example, have a look at my one. You've done that, Year 5? Brilliant. Well done. Okay, we're going to go deeper now, Year 5, and we're going to think about why we have these rules in the first place. I mean, they are everywhere. Sometimes they're written up for us all to see, and sometimes there's just that underlying expectation of how to behave. Now, why are they there in the first place? So your next little task I'd like you to do is just to add onto your mind map, and you can see mine in a minute, and I've done mine in black, okay, these reasons for why we have the rules. So in black on your mind map, add down why you think we have rules in the first place, okay? Now, I want you to particularly think about your rights, what you feel your rights are. Okay, what do you have a right to? So, for example, when we played Uno earlier, I didn't have any cards and you had all of them. So it was obvious that I was going to win. But was that fair? Were we treated equally? Now, we will be exploring a little bit more about our rights later on this week. And if it's something that you particularly want to explore deeper, I've put a link on your home learning sheet where you can go and explore civil rights and a little bit further. But right now, go to your mind map and add on it why we have rules. Take a look at mine. Okay, excellent, Year 5, well done. So it's really important to understand why we have the rules in the first place. And yes, you know they are there to keep us safe. And yes, they are there to protect us. But actually, what I think is more important is that they are there so that we are treated equally. Okay, well, as I said, we'll explore a bit more about that later on this week. So your final task and your biggest task really for today is I'd like you to have a discussion perhaps with your family and create a set of family rules. Okay, now these may not need to be too serious. I'm sure you've seen and you might even have some up already, but I would like you to create your own rules for your family. So have a look at some of the examples coming up. Now you can create this any way you like. Again, you could create it as a poster, you could get the paints out, or you could have a go at doing it on a computer. Have some fun with this, be creative, and take in the opinions of each member of your family and see if you can agree on a set of rules that you would all like to live by. Okay, have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Right, that's it. Goodness me. First lesson done. Oh, I think it's still recording. Oh, still got more to learn. Bye, Year 5.